Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Lynyrd Skynyrd's Last of a Dying Breed. I'm sorry this review is a bit late, been finding it hard to have the time. Anyway, let's get on with the review. Oh, I think it was upside down, it's this way, yeah. Okay, so it seems 2012 is the clash of, the biggest southern rock bands, the, two biggest arguably, with Lynyrd Skynyrd releasing their new album, Last of a Dying Breed, which I'm reviewing now, clearly, and ZZ Top releasing La Futura, which I will review soon. And, yeah, so let's see who can take the southern rock crown. So, this album is Skynyrd's 13th, and the first to feature the new bassist, Johnny Colt. And now their last album, God and Guns, personally I believe that to be an absolute modern classic. I think it is one of the best albums of last decade, and it's in my top 15 albums I think of all time. I absolutely adore the last album. It's actually my favourite Skynyrd album, quite worryingly. Yeah, I still do love old Skynyrd, Anyway, so, does this album repeat the success of modern-influenced southern rock, or does it show that band have only one surviving member left, which is Guy Rossington? Even though I'd sort of claim Ricky Medlock is a surviving member, as he did play drums really early days before the first album, and he now plays lead guitar with Guy Rossington. Anyway, so let's get on to the review. It opens with the title track, Last of a Dying Breed, and this is also the main single. And this song starts with a lovely slide guitar before the main riff comes in, and I really love the guitar for this song. It just has that really nice southern rock sound to it. It's unmistakably Skynyrd. And, of course, Johnny's voice, and Johnny Van Zant, the younger brother of Ronnie Van Zant, if you don't know, his voice is impeccable as usual. And, it's just such a fantastic way to start the album, to be honest. Yeah, the chorus is sublime, and so is the guitar solo with Rossington and Medlock. I mean, I wouldn't expect less of those two guitarists. And you can instantly tell that, Skynyrd, they're going to fight for this southern rock crown. So then we get to One Day at a Time, and the melody for this is a sort of dueling guitar melody, which, suits Skynyrd very well. I mean, it's not exactly Freebird, and there's nothing like Freebird on the album. But, again, the chorus is really good for this song. The only criticism I would say is that I do think the transitions between the verse and chorus are a bit abrupt, but that's just nitpicking, to be honest. It's has a great southern vibe and, good Skynyrd song. Now we get to Homegrown. This is interesting, let's say. It's the second single from the album, and I heard this for the first time on YouTube, in the music video, and I thought, yeah, okay. Pretty standard riff, Johnny's voice comes in, sounds good, alright, And then I had the pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus is pretty much just Johnny's voice distorted, it seems, or some sort of effect. And to be honest, it reminds me of the N-word of music, which for those of you who don't know is Nickelback. And I was thinking, nah, it can't be, it's Skynyrd, it doesn't sound like Nickelback, it must just be my silly ears. And then I looked at the top comment, and it said, sounds like Nickelback, not a fan, such a shame too, and that was the highest voted comment. Yeah, I mean, it's true, the song does have a Nickelbackiness, modern rock thing to it. And, I mean, I'm a fan of Nickelback, not the last two albums, mind you, but it just doesn't suit Skynyrd that well, to be honest. I don't think the song's particularly good. I mean, it's not atrocious, but it's not particularly good. It's not a memorable song at all. And then we get to Ready to Fly, and this starts out with some lovely piano, which I think Skynyrd really should utilise more. Piano's always been a big part of Skynyrd, and they honestly just barely ever use it anymore. And I do find that a shame. Still, this song has some lovely piano, and, it's a really beautiful ballad. You just can't help but love it. It starts slow and builds some fantastic accompanying guitar. Again, lyrically, the song, it's just so heartfelt and sung with such a passion by Johnny. It's an amazing ballad and has every element you want from a classic Skynyrd song. Now, Mississippi Blood. Now, this is the way to start a Skynyrd song, with a swamp music feel and a bit of slide guitar. It just screams, Mississippi. and again, it has a really bluesy feel to it, which is nice, and a nice groove to it, and a great solo. I do feel they should do some more songs like this, and it sort of reminds me a bit of Floyd from God and Guns. It's a spectacular song, and I love it. Now I come to a not so spectacular song, which is Good Teacher. It starts with an almost Philip Sase-esque and wah-wah with. Bit of a weird comparison there, but for the threat out there. Still, it's alright. It's a good driving riff. I say it's a pretty good driving riff. But then I just found the chorus completely lacking. Yeah, it's sung well, and I'm not usually one to criticise lyrical content. If I did, then I'd chuck out my entire Whitesnake collection. But I just find this chorus's lyrics, they're just not very compelling. They don't make you want to sing along. They're just meh, really. I mean, the music is really good, especially for the chorus. It does, get better throughout the song. But the lyrics, they just don't make me want to sing along. They make me, just want to sit there just like, it's not that good. I feel they damage what could potentially be a really fantastic song, to be honest. The music is very good. It is. Still, the music saves the song. It's alright. And then Something to Live For. This is another ballad. And again, they show just how bloody good at ballads they are. Shame the third ballad isn't so good. Anyway, I mean, this is just such a compellingly catchy, yet deep, meaningful ballad. I mean, I wonder how the same band that wrote the lyrics for this wrote the lyrics for Good Teacher's chorus. Or the whole song, to be honest. I mean, at least it shows that song, I suppose, was an anomaly. I hope. Anyhow, this song, it raises the bar for southern bluesy ballads, and excellent. Now, Life's Twisted, this is interesting. It's written by none other than Blackstone Cherry, who, in my opinion, are one of rock's hottest bands, and are capable of going very far. I mean, their last album was my album of 2011. It was absolutely fantastic, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. Check it out if you haven't. It has a definite southern flair to modern rock on it. And yes, so I thought this was going to be a very interesting song. I was highly anticipating this song, Southern Rock's legends and Southern Rock's new blood combining, yeah. And I'm not disappointed. Yes, it does sound a bit Blackstone Cherry-ish, but it was written by them, so what do you expect? See, why you can't complain, it sounds Blackstone Cherry-ish and quite modern for Skynyrd. But, still, there's definitely a Skynyrd flair to it, you can definitely hear, and it's a fantastic, fantastic song. From the catchy as hell chorus to the gentle slide guitar behind, and the solos. This song just excels in every way. I do love it. I think both bands done a fantastic job with this song. Now, Nothing Comes Easy. It's a good, solid album track. I mean, not particularly special or unique. Fits the album like a glove though, and still has a nice groove and catchy chorus. Good song, carries on the bar, just not much to say about it, to be honest. Now, Honey Hole. This, the last two songs, not as good. So it starts with some, gentle guitar and bass and keyboards, and it seems like it's going to build into a fantastic song to us. Musically, it really is spot on. And again, then the chorus, like, oh god, what's it called? Like, Good Teacher, just hits you like a ton of bloody bricks. It's really not, doesn't make you want to sing along, doesn't make you want to listen to the song. It just makes it quite a disappointing song. I mean, it's not bad because of Mr. Medlock and Mr. Rusting's solos, but it's not as good as it could have been. And now we get to the last, and one of the least, to be honest, which is the uninspired Start Living Again. Starts out nicely enough, some southern sounding acoustic guitar, pretty standard stuff, but it just doesn't go anywhere. It becomes fairly dull, and unlike the other two ballads, which are simply spectacular, this goes nowhere. It's just not my cup of tea. I just cannot get into this song. It's just one of those, it just seems to go on for a while, even though it's only 4 minutes long, and just goes nowhere, like Gaza from Marillion's new album, which I'll be reviewing soon. Anyway, in conclusion, this isn't as good as God and Guns. Frankly, I wasn't expecting it to be, as that would have been a stupid expectation. Still, it's a really solid post-Crash Skynyrd album, and I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. If you're a fan of newer Skynyrd, definitely give it a listen. But if you're still waiting for them to write the next Call Me the Breeze or Freebird or Alabama or, any of those older stuff, then carry on waiting, because you're not going to find it here. Okay, so this has been Album Man. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.